What's going on, guys? This is your budget gamer here, and today I'm going to discuss 8 benefits of console gaming. So PC is my preferred platform, but before PC I was huge into handhelds, emulators, and consoles, and there are a couple of workarounds on the benefits you can obtain from consoles depending on what type of gamer you are. So the first benefit I find is affordability. To buy an Xbox One or PlayStation 4 new is relatively cheap at around $400 to $500, and it's a platform where you can run games at around 720, 900, or 1080p depending on the optimization of the game. It's awesome to buy something that when you go home and plug it in, it'll work with no crazy configurations, no necessity of an internet connection, and a friendly user interface. There are plenty of apps and features integrated into both the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One's operating system to be more than just gaming systems, but entertainment alternatives. The second benefit I found were actually the upsides of PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Gold. Something I consider a console gaming hack is PlayStation Plus, with correspondence to also owning a PlayStation 3, a Vita, and a PlayStation 4. If you aren't picky with your games and you enjoy indie titles as well as some good last-gen games, having all 3 consoles can be very budget-friendly. Sure, you may be spending around $900 to $1,000 as a buy-in to have every console new, or cheaper if you bought them used, but with the $50 yearly subscription, you're getting about 6 new games of different qualities every month, which would equate to about 72 free games a year. Sometimes those games are diamonds in the rough, such as Rocket League, which was released for free on PlayStation 4, and has been on the top 10 list of many Game of the Years of 2015. The PlayStation 3 has given out over 200 free games, PlayStation 4 has given out 73, and just over 100 Vita games have been given out for free, which totals to 377 free games that have been given out for the past 3 years. So you would have only had to pay $150 plus taxes for all these titles if you started with PlayStation Plus to begin with. The same can be said for the 360 and the Xbox One. Sometimes their games are quite hit or miss with the free ones that they give out, but I would personally say that the 360 exclusives are quite good. You can probably consider buying a 360 model with a decent sized hard drive, as downloading games can take up a lot of space. But the games with gold, for a subscription of $60 a year, you can get about 2 games each month for each platform, and some of the games are quite good. So some of the 360 games they've given out are Borderlands, Gears of War 2, Deus Ex, Dirt 3, Walking Dead Season 1, Crysis 3, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Witcher 2, and so forth. And some of the great Xbox One titles they've given out are Killer Instinct, Walking Dead Season 1, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, Child of Light, and Rayman Legends. There is some value to be had if you aren't as picky as you are with your games, and that's the whole benefit of PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Gold. Another benefit I want to mention is the last generation of consoles. So another alternative you want to realize are that games are really worth exploring for the last generation. You can pick up a PlayStation 3 or a 360 or both, and you can play some really entertaining games for about $10 a game or sometimes cheaper. Not to mention some newer games such as Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, Assassin's Creed Rogue, or Rise of the Tomb Raider are on the last generation of consoles. These options are optimal for people who don't focus too much on gaming performance and graphics. The games will perform decently around 720p and 30 FPS for most games, and this isn't an issue if you've been used to the way consoles perform the way they do. So most games for PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One still struggle to run at 60 FPS, and most games find themselves running at 30 FPS anyways, such as Destiny, Uncharted 4, Witcher 3, and so on. You also can take advantage of the exclusive titles such as Gears of War, Last of Us, Uncharted Trilogy, Red Dead Redemption, Metal Gear Solid 4, as many as remasters of PlayStation 2 and Xbox Classics. It also needs to be noted that Xbox 360 requires a $60 fee for Xbox Live to play online, while PlayStation 3s do not require PlayStation Plus to play online, so you can have the benefit of playing your online multiplayers there. So for the fourth benefit I want to talk about is optimization and social platform. So the dashboards for both consoles are optimized to use with controllers, while if you want to do the same thing with PC, sometimes Steam Big Picture mode isn't always fully functional. On top of that, the only wireless options for PC are potentially Bluetooth operated controllers or Xbox One or 360 controllers if a separate dongle is purchased through the internet. I personally find it very convenient as a social gaming interface. Adding friends, creating parties, and having your own friends come over to play split screen gaming is generally much more intuitive. Consoles are more of a breeding ground for many of the sports games that are created by companies such as EA and 2K that focus much of their attention on console platforms. For my fifth benefit, it's the freedom to share, borrow, and sell games. So although there are probably workarounds for this on PC and Steam, it's very easy for me to give my physical game, such as 360, Xbox One, PS4 games, to other people, or sell that copy to people that may want to play those games. So I used to have around 40 Xbox 360 games, and now I have around 10 because I decided to list the rest and sell them on eBay. And this is definitely a harder workaround considering the digital market of PC gaming. Another benefit I want to mention, my sixth benefit, are peripheral balances. So a benefit that you should probably realize is that there probably aren't as many people hacking and using modded controllers on console multiplayers. When you face someone on PC, they could be using a controller, a keyboard and mouse, maybe a joystick, maybe a steering wheel for racing games. You can have people with cheap configurations or extremely expensive ones with varying qualities of skill. For consoles, you can pretty much rest assured that you're mostly facing people with the exact same controller as you. For fighting games, this would be a different, they would probably be using arcade sticks because it's more intuitive as opposed to controllers, but that's a different ball game altogether. And for my seventh one, Nintendo is something that I didn't talk about yet. The Wii and the Wii U have very respectable game lineups, many utilizing peripherals much better than arguably any console out there, with exclusive franchises such as Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Bayonetta 2, and the Wii and the Wii U is what I consider to be arguably the best social same TV platform gaming console, with Mario Kart, Super Smash, Mario Party, Wii Sports. You can have people come over and literally have a great time with family-friendly oriented games. My eighth and final benefit of console gaming are the components for game development. A benefit of console gaming is that parts can be upgraded, which means that all gaming companies who develop games for consoles know exactly what hardware they're dealing with. If there is a problem with the release on a game for PlayStation 4 or Xbox One or performance issues, the patch they develop will fix on every single PlayStation 4 and Xbox One console. With computers, there are infinite amount of configurations, which means infinite amount of things could possibly go wrong with the game and their gaming performances. But most of the time, it's good for PC. You also don't have to worry about game ports as much as PC gaming has to, because the majority of gaming companies create their ports first for consoles. You can see the instances of this with the recent Batman Arkham Knight game, which although I own a gaming PC and a PlayStation 4, I doubt I'll be buying that game for PlayStation 4 as the game on PC is a buggy mess sometimes. So those are just some of the benefits that you can find from consoles, and you can look forward to if someone consistently tells you that PC gaming is better, and those are some benefits that I still reap today from being both a console gamer and a PC gamer. So thank you for listening. Please like, favorite, subscribe if you liked the video, or dislike the video if you didn't like the video, but this is your budget gamer signing out.